All right, everybody. I got your watch list coming into May 3rd, 2019, and it is a historical day. We are about to get blessed tomorrow. God's plan. It's about to be crazy, and it is the headline I have right here. Amazon and Warren Buffett. Berkshire Hathaway has been buying shares of Amazon, Warren Buffett says. And here's the best headline of all of it. One of the fellows in the office that managed the money bought some Amazon, so it'll show up on the 13F later this month. So you're going to see on Berkshire Hathaway's filings of what they own, they're going to report that they bought Amazon. And this is important because this is the first time ever we're seeing some shifts with Buffett kind of buying Apple, and now this after the earnings, and we're going to talk about the stock. I have the plays. You guys know we've been swinging it. We're going to get there to that in the watch list, but understand this could push up the market, and there was a lot of crazy earnings. As you guys see them, not Qualcomm, man. We had a wrist. See, Amazon even shot up after hours. Where's OLED and then data? It's going to be a crazy day tomorrow on a Friday, too. I hope you guys are ready, but this is huge, I guess, and what he said. So he didn't buy himself directly. He said one of the fellows, but he says, yes, I've been a fan, and I've been an idiot for not buying. That's going to be the headline everywhere. Get ready to hear that tomorrow because, again, this is big news. He says, I want you to know it's no personality changes taking place. So he's given the qualifier before he goes long another tech. This is Warren Buffett here. That's like me telling you guys I'm selling all of my long-term stocks to go day trade on technicals and 3 stock patterns for the rest of my life and penny stocks. You'd be like, what? Not that bad, but this is going to be big, and it brought the stock up. There is going to be plays to watch with it. So look at, man, I got all the plays ready for you guys. I hope you're ready. Man, I haven't even got, this is game time, you guys. I haven't even got into it. I haven't even told you to like the video, to subscribe, any of that. You should do all that, but I should tell you we are live. I got to brainwash you guys. We're live 30 minutes before open. So, I mean, you know, if you want to be there, be there. Tomorrow, we're focused on this. So get ready for this. But I have to tell you the disclaimer, honestly, right off the bat. There's the disclaimers there, this and there, but if you are trading tomorrow on a weekly option, if you are trading tomorrow, you turn on your computer and you go to trade an option that expires tomorrow, you're walking into the casinos, okay? So shout out San Diego. You're walking into Barona, whatever your local casino is, that's what you're doing. So understand that. We made the video today. Go watch it on trading with the small account and small positions. Be smart with it and don't go about this if you don't know what you're doing. It's going to be a big opportunity. I keep saying that. And of course, it's a big opportunity to make money, but it's also a very big opportunity for you to blow up your account. And that's what happens. If you guys don't know what you're doing, these fluctuate very fast. I've said at the very least go 3-5 months out. The best thing to do with this is paper trade. You could learn from this, and this is a great opportunity to say, hey, this is what happened in the market. This is what we were expecting, and see what the markets did, see how they reacted. You know, we talk about in the stock trading course what equal and opposite reactions. So again, this type of news from Buffett, this is one of those events to take note of and pay attention to. So this is going to be exciting, and there's plays, and now we have plays on it. I'm right off the bat. You could watch the weeklies. Like I said, this is a casino, and be careful with them if you don't know what you're doing. This is for the more experienced trader, and honestly, even then, they don't. If you are experienced, you probably wouldn't trade it. So again, I'm trading them. I have my thing with it. You know, I do me, you do you, but be careful on this. This isn't, if you don't know what you're doing, like I said, very least go at least 3 months out. You will still make money, but maybe. That depends. You probably won't if you don't know what you're doing. So study up, paper trade, best thing to do. But here, I got the 1997s, I think. So I'm still pretty far out the money. I'm going to be, I think I was like $100 out of the money at the time. So this is going to go up. I'm going to be $60 out of the money. But watch these. These contracts were fairly cheap. That's why we picked them. But here's the thing I'm going to blow your guys' mind with. Imagine if you were already in these contracts like I am. You know, I would tell you, hey, right off the bat at open, get ready to sell. The contracts are going to be up. You're going to have a window to take your profits, but that's the opportunity for you guys to buy as well too. Those people sell, you know, that window where the contracts deflate is the window for you to buy, and you could do it from the weekly all the way up to the long term. You guys have to understand that if you buy at the right time, it could hook you up on any contract. The shorter you go, the bigger the risk, the faster you will lose or make money, and the more you'll make. And then the same thing, but the safer here too. You guys would be surprised. You could make a trade on some of these longer terms, and it can move all over the place, and your position would be relatively safe. So again, paper trade and experiment with it, but watch these Amazons. This is going to be good. This could bring the market up. The only thing we have to watch out for is how the S&P moves. We've seen it off the earnings plays. Is it going to, and again, the Fed, we still have that carryover. We have the jobs report tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, so an hour before market open. So things are going to be all over the place. They could be, but we want to see, is it going to be a push or not? Because if we're getting Amazon and tech going up and other stocks, some of the other earnings have brought it up great. And if those come up, that's going to be awesome. But if then other stocks drop and we get this push and pull and the SPY does a lot of this or, kind of moves slow to end up in the same place and there's no delta or dollar movements on the stock, you're not going to be able to hit any of these options, whether it's Friday or not. And then Fridays are the risky ones. So again, be careful and don't hold those. And again, I have to remind you guys, because tomorrow is going to be crazy and things have a potential to move fast. So again, that's my expectation. We could just be so hyped and the market could be calm and we see things carry over Monday, because that has been the theme of earnings. And that's what, Amazon is coming off that post-earnings hangover, and that's what we're watching for with these stocks. And that all in play, I'm going to show you guys the specific options now for the watch list, are going to be the stocks that reported: ANET, Arista Networks, Data, and OLED. These were all crazy, but the options weren't that good. I know some people wanted to make them, but I said they're not that good in the sense I probably wouldn't have played them. I played the Data, and I spent some more money on it, and again, I probably shouldn't have, and we lost on that, but I'm going to look at them. But as far as even the weekly goes, this is the strategy of pushing it into the wall. This is that Friday. You wait now till tomorrow. If there is volatility and things are going to be pushing stocks, large dollar movements, you want to get low premium to secure them in the money, especially on stocks that could really move. So again, Amazon's going to be crazy, but now watching these post earnings. So Arista Networks, I really like, because on their weeklies, they were actually like 40 cents to get $5 in the money. So watch out for the increments here. We talked about this. So as you see, it's $5 increments here, but as it goes higher, it's $2.50. So don't let this get slipped up as this move, but watch for a continuation. It could be either a good bounce play or even a very good play, even if there is another continuation on the downside. But that's what I'm going to like, but even all the way down to the June contracts. And remember, these are going to get easier to play when they have less premium. We'll see if they add any more there tomorrow. But Arista and then OLED, I didn't really like as much, but we're going to watch these. These had big movements and you could have played them. But the thing to look with OLED, like I said, to get in the money by like $1.50, you would have spent $2.50 on the weekly. It's really not worth it, or $200 out of the money. These contracts aren't really going to make money. So be careful on that. But if you did actually spend that same $2.50 and just go 1 week out, you could have got these contracts. You would have been up nice because of the time. Or if you even got the June 21st, these 190s, you would have been better off. So this would have another adage to go with the longer term contracts on there. But watch those plays. Those are going to be important. I'm really going to be focused on Amazon, and even if it has an effect on Apple as well too. And we're going to watch that. But now the other name of the game here is the rest of the continuation plays. So that's going to include Qualcomm and Square, and we played both these today. So I got the 67 puts on this, and I held it, and we also had PayPal on the watch list, and I flipped that today. That was like 200% or 300% gain. It was really good on there, surprisingly, and it dropped off of Square's downgrade in reaction. I'm pretty sure it got downgraded. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it moved a lot, and it moved down 9% at one point very quickly on big volume early on. So I held it, but I'm down on it, so we'll see. I'm close to the money. That was my logic in holding it. I was at one point $1 in the money and fell out of it. I wanted to play it just because that was a big move there. I'm holding it, but that's why I figured I'd take the profits on even the PayPal. The PayPal, I put like, I think 30 or 40 bucks to like, $20 in there, like $70, and that actually pays for the whole trade there. So everything's free on there. I got to pay for it, and I want to hold it. But then the next one to watch, but watch that for a continuation or bounce. You better watch out. Some of you guys are crazy. This one moves a lot, so you got to be careful for it. I might try to set up for another play with it, but I'm going to keep it on watch. Next is going to be Qualcomm. It moved great today, but watch out how it moved like Apple. We saw what Apple did. Apple went up the next day and then kind of still stagnated out. That's the earnings hangover, and that's what we could see, the same earnings hangover in the stock market, where it's going, it kind of comes down here and then, but the Fed could push it too, but watch out for that. But I like Qualcomm. I'm just worried if it stagnates. It hit 90. That's a historical level. That's great. But the contracts are going to be good. But the contracts are holding premium because there's volatility with it. But puts and calls, depending on what happens, it could be pretty good. But I do like the fact that it's held up. But I think that is going to be an awesome play to watch out tomorrow for. The next thing to watch, I'm kind of conflicted because they're totally different sectors, but they're too split up. I think they kind of have equal importance. I guess considering the Fed, I'm going to have to say watch the bank stocks still. They didn't do much today, so watch these contracts. But if they didn't do much today, the IV could still be lower. There's going to be expected and implied volatility from the Fed and those effects. But if it hasn't been moving a lot and still staying the same price, that could drop the contracts down. But watch Wells Fargo, watch Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. Those could make moves. If they look like they're not doing anything crazy or getting fueled with them, I'm probably going to drop them and not really look at them. And I have plays. I had straddles on them. They're probably going to expire. I think I have the Wells Fargo into next week. But that's about it. And then the next one I think is equally important. Again, well, a little less important, but could make a move. Not UNH, but UNH based off of Cigna. And again, we're playing data for the earnings. That one could move, but it fell within expectations, and we lost on it. Wait, what did I look? I put Citi. That's weird. Cigna, they got killed today after their earnings. 2.6. It was a little bit worse. I think it was like 4 or 5%, a little bit more at one point. So stocks kind of bounced there. And again, the whole market got killed and things got pushed down on the broader markets. And again, watch out for that tomorrow as well. You guys even saw those UVXYs we talked about. Those moved like 150% today. But keep it in mind, though, with the healthcare stocks, they're kind of moving all over the place. Some slipped. And again, there's going to be a lot of post earnings. But a couple more contracts for you. You know, there's still a lot of plays, and I'm telling you, tomorrow's going to be excited because the market could pivot. It could bounce off of the Fed. The Buffett news could bring things up unless there is no bad news, some negative trade talks we've heard, or even jobs report, but we'll keep our eyes out for that. But at the same time, there's a lot of these, and get ready for swings. Even that's why I'm saying don't get tempted for tomorrow. You could get lured in for the quick gains, but if you are going to play, at least try to get across the board and give yourself time, because it's not like it's only going to be exciting today. And if tomorrow isn't exciting, that excitement will carry over into the next week, and you'll bet on that. That's why I'm saying give your guys self some time. Don't get too jumpy with it. But back to some of the contracts. These are one we've seen, and these are the ones I've talked about, but Domino's is one that I like. I still like these. We got these. These are down 20%, I think, on the May 17th. And again, so these are the only ones there, but the stock went up and the option went down. So that's what I'm pointing this out for. I think it was around here. If these could come down to 30 cents at one point, that'll be great, because again, the theta and the time decay is going to start killing it. But I do like these. I still like Domino's in general. It held up good. But on that note as well, another one of our favorites in the food industry, McDonald's. So they went up, and now take a look. You guys saw Domino's moved, and here's a key to understand different stocks and now what does the market expect. So understand this, right? Because Domino's, it went up 2% or 1%. Take a look here. You know, these contracts, they're unchanged. Domino's went up 1%. The contracts didn't move. These ones went up 36%, but they were down 50% earlier to come up, but it went straight up, but the contracts didn't do good. So look at McDonald's now and understand what is the market expecting. But the big difference here too is going to be the dates. I like the McDonald's contracts, and these are the ones I told you guys about on the watch list yesterday. The ones for next week, so I believe the May 10th here, the 197.50 calls. And I said I'd want to get, if I could average down and get these cheaper, but these are only down now 7% from where we got them. So I got them at like $50, and they're still right there. So we got a good buy on them. At one point, we were down a lot. Again, same situation as Domino's, but the difference is now it's not as if it stayed unchanged. And at one point, it shot up, and we were gaining on the McDonald's. So with this kind of holding up a little better and not being 7% pretty much break even instead of being actually down or unchanged, this is looking better, because take a look, McDonald's only moved 0.1%, and that is the kicker. The underlying stock here did more up and down moves that should have killed the theta and should have just killed everything with it, and it didn't. It just didn't move, but the contract held up better than a stock that went up 1%. There's more expectations with McDonald's. Domino's went up, but by it still going up, that was expected in the price that we got it at. That same price that it's holding it was expected to go up that much. It was expected to go up $1. If it didn't go up $1 if it wasn't going up at that pace, that contract would have dropped because people were expecting Domino's to go up, or at least that was reflected in the price. So here now, these contracts are holding up though, and it's showing you the stock didn't move. But why? If the stock didn't move, people are willing to pay more for it because it could be an expectation that McDonald's could go up or down. That's why it holds its value in higher premiums. But watch those contracts. And then lastly, we have Disney, our last favorite. I like these. Again, it's been cool all day. It's been killing everybody. So imagine this. Everybody's going to be down tomorrow. Let's say Disney makes a big move. It's going to shoot up, and everyone's going to get excited who's been holding deathly contracts. And then everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, Disney moved up a ton, but I'm still losing. It's because you bought the contracts that are going to expire tomorrow. So even when it moves, it has to move a lot. So what that means, these are going to be really, really cheap because the people who, if their graveyards start to move and it goes up, then these are really going to go up. So watch the Disney and the monies. This is the definition of push them to the wall. So if Disney gets activity, that's going to be good. I'm going to honestly watch that one right at open, my friends. So I think that's good for the most part. I'm going to bless y'all with that. Be safe tomorrow, you guys. Understand what it is. Please paper trade. Be smart. If you don't know what you're buying, come to the chat. Be there, contribute. Get ready in the morning. Be excited. It's going to be a good day to learn no matter what, so don't get too jumpy. I'm really, really excited. Everybody is going to learn. Oh, I have one more play, Intel, too. Watch those options because those low volatility made some moves. But see, man, there's a lot on my mind. So be there in the morning, you guys. Contribute. I'll see you on stream. Let's go.